you sort of talked about your that you got a degree in business, and I think that sort of speaks to our next question, because I remember in an article you sort of talked about the fact that in Armenia, they're like sports is not viewed as a viable career path. So I know in terms of how they work in terms of the education system, there's a lack of emphasis on athletics and sports related careers, and in many ways you're a trailblazer for them. So in your opinion, what needs to happen for sports to be viewed more as a viable sports a career option for the youth in Armenia?
Well, there's so many different jobs in sports, right? It doesn't have to be a professional soccer player, basketball player, an athlete. There's so many different avenues that you could pursue within an organization. There's the inside of things, there's the sales side, there's management, there's the medical team, there's basketball operations, and within that there's so many different things, including coaching, and they have all these different departments in every type of sport. With a major or minor league team, whether it be soccer, basketball, football, whatever it is, have people that are running the organization. So, to people who are interested in getting into sport at some level, is we'll get college level, which is a great avenue and a great place to go and start and stay a lot of times. But just go do it, because that's the only way to improve and experience, and that's going to help you to be able to go out and get the next job that you want, because you have to learn how to make mistakes and how to fix your mistakes. And then sometimes, again, you have to learn how to start over, and had to do that many, many times in coaching. So I would suggest that anybody interested in any level, they look at all the different avenues, not just, MBA or professional, but for opportunities out there.
100%. And in terms of laying those foundations, one thing that we've noticed since you've joined the LA Clippers is that they've begun to host yearly Armenian Heritage Nights, to the best of our knowledge. Is that correct?
I've heard about that, and I've seen. We had one in LA last year for the Clippers, but I've also seen where they're doing it in some other arenas. I think Cleveland has a night like that. I'm not sure if it's when we're there or not during the time we're there, but they have an Armenian Heritage Night in Cleveland with the Cavaliers. So it's becoming more prominent for sure.
Wow. To me, that's exciting to see that. And when you were in Toronto, I think we had a couple Heritage Nights here as well. And also, you were great for the Armenian community in Toronto. We have such a big community here, and you've gone back to the community center, and you've been keynote speakers for so many events. I've personally spoken to some young Armenian boys who got the chance to meet you, who felt so inspired when they did meet you. And not only for Armenians, but you also go to camps in Stockholm, and you help out with basketball clinics. How important is it for you to give back?
Yeah, I try to stay active and all that stuff, and especially in the Armenian community, when people reach out, whether it be through email or whatever, and try to ask me to do things or come speak to, the youth and a coach, a team, a classroom or a team or whatever it is of Armenian children. I try to always give my time and try to do as much as I can, because, again, like I said earlier, this is a privilege to be able to work in the NBA. And, I don't ever want to take it for granted. And I always try to give effort as much as I can, because someone once told me a long time ago, effort is free, right? It doesn't cost anything. And I carry that with me every day. And I tell the players in the NBA, it's really, really hard to be good every night. It's hard to be a great player every night, but it's easy to give effort. And I try to live by that same word every day if I can.
So I know you've talked about giving back to your Armenian roots, and being as though that you're the only Armenian in the NBA, I know that right now basketball is a growing sport in the country, and but you are the only person of Armenian descent in the NBA. So does it still resonate with you that in many ways you're a trailblazer for them for kids and the youth in Armenia that are looking to maybe aspire to have a career in the NBA and in basketball?
Not necessarily. I don't really think about it very much, to be honest with you. But I do run into a lot of people that are very happy that I am in the NBA and I'm Armenian, and that I'm proud to be Armenian, and I've done different interviews and spoken about it. And but I don't really necessarily feel it myself. I don't know if that makes sense, but I just I just go about my job every day and try to do my job. And if the Armenian community is proud that I am in the NBA and that I'm coaching at this particular level, then I'm very excited and happy for that, and I'm going to try to make them proud as much as I can and do the right thing. And it's kind of what I've tried to do throughout my 25-year career is, put my head down, go to work extremely hard, and continue to improve. And, my goal someday is to be a head coach. So that's kind of my immediate goal. It's where I'm at right now, and it's my next step. And I've interviewed for the position with a couple different teams. I just haven't been able to get the job yet, and that's my last obstacle right now that is in front of me. So I still have my eye on some head coaching opportunities.